And does that mean the H1B visa thing will not be a big priority for your administration? Because if you want to raise wages for American workers, you can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign workers.
You also do have to bring in talent. When
we have plenty of talented people
here.
No, you don't. We don't have talented people here.
If you've seen what Dinesh D'Souza has been saying this week, a lot of times I attribute what he says to being a butthurt Indian. When it comes down to it, he reverts to type. He reverts to his basic tribal status. He is like, this country and the future of this country belongs to my shit-flinging people.
Republicans have to talk about it, Laura.
And does that mean the H1B visa thing will not be a big priority for your administration? Because if you want to raise wages for American workers, you can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign workers.
You also do have to bring in talent. When
we have plenty of talented people here.
No, you don't.
We don't have talented people here?
No, you don't have certain talents, and people have to learn. You can't take people off an unemployment line and say, I'm going to put you into a factory where we're going to make missiles, or I'm going to put you.
How did we ever do it before?
Well, I'll give you an example. In Georgia, they raided because they wanted illegal immigrants out. They had people from South Korea that made batteries all their lives. You know, making batteries are very complicated. It's not an easy thing and very dangerous. A lot of explosions, a lot of problems. They had like 500 or 600 people, early stages, to make batteries and to teach people how to do it. Well, they wanted them to get out of the country. You're going to need that, Laura. I mean, I know you and I disagree on this. You can't just say a country's coming in, going to invest $10 billion to build a plant, and going to take people off an unemployment line who haven't worked in 5 years, and they're going to start making missiles. It doesn't work that way.
It's unskilled labor. In World War II, they took actual housewives and put them in factories to build bombs. We literally did that with women. It was not competent white men that have been unemployed through no fault of their own. Like, I think we're in a way better situation now to do something like this. This is such an asinine argument. And we're not talking about factory workers anyway. We're talking about a lot of skilled laborers that are displacing our white skilled laborers in this country. We're talking about doctors, we're talking about lawyers, we're talking about people in tech. That's one of the bigger problems.
Oh, it's a huge problem. And, you know, one of the things that I feel like isn't being addressed in this whole debate is if we actually carried out mass deportations, guess what would happen?
Yeah.
Housing prices would drop.
Yeah.
Jobs would increase. Wages would increase. Basically, all of the issues that Americans are dealing with today would be solved overnight by mass deportations. No way around it. And yeah, like, you can teach people how to do jobs.
Absolutely.
That's easy. Yeah. That's the easy part. The hard part is getting 50 million illegal aliens out of this country. And, you know, and that's to say nothing about, like, I don't know, maybe like fucking outlawing BlackRock and preventing venture capital from owning homes.
I'm just sick of everybody acting like this is impossible. Like, it's just impossible for us not to bring in hundreds and thousands, millions of Jeets to take our jobs. It's just impossible because we can't possibly teach unemployed white people how to work in a battery factory. Bro. The fuck is wrong with this guy?
I don't know if he's going senile or...
No, I mean, I think that what Trump is talking about is the representation of conservatism that we've been witnessing for many, many years. And if you've seen what Dinesh D'Souza has been saying this week, I've been watching Dinesh D'Souza, and I'm like...
Dear God.
Well, I've been watching Dinesh D'Souza, and, like, a lot of times I attribute what he says to being a butthurt Indian, right? But I think that Charlie Kirk and Donald Trump and Dinesh D'Souza, they're kind of the culmination of multiracial conservatism and what that becomes. And the end stage here is Donald Trump saying, like, this crazy capitalist argument that it doesn't matter about the soul of the country or about the race of the country because it's all about capitalism and efficiency. And that's a real problem. That is a real problem. I did want to talk about this Dinesh D'Souza tweet, if you could pull.
Yeah, I'll pull that up. While I'm pulling that up, though, I also wanted to bitch about capitalism for a minute.
Oh, excellent.
Because it sucks. Where am I going? Down here?
Yeah, yeah. Poop Festival.
I'm not going to play it. I'll play the Dinesh D'Souza. Which one is it?
Yeah, it's not a clip. Yeah, right there.
Okay. Poop Festival. Oh, geez. But no, I was going to recommend, it's not on my reading list, but it should be, Ethics in the National Economy by Father Henrik Pesch. The Catholic Church has never been a supporter of capitalism. We've been opposed to it. And it's a very new thing that Opus Dei has been going around pushing pro-conservative, pro-capitalist politics into the church when it's very clear from the teaching of Vix Pervani and all back, usury is a sin. Capitalism is basically based on usury. Capitalism is a sinful system. It just it's not going to work. It's always going to lead to inequalities. It's always going to lead to exploitation.
Well, I mean, who truly is a cutthroat capitalist these days outside of staunch libertarians? I mean, I think all of us.
Yeah, you got Peter Thiel, libertarians, oligarchs.
But that's insane. I mean, their labor. I'm going on a little tangent here, but labor and capital they don't work symbiotically. It's an acrimonious relationship. So as soon as capital has the opportunity to eliminate labor in the form of AI, they're obviously going to do that because they're limited by human emotion and exhaustion and families. I mean, cutthroat capitalism is bad for our country. It doesn't serve us.
No, and it's the same with the gay rights thing, right? Because it's like, with a man that has a wife and a growing family of kids, little Jimmy needs new shoes and you're not making enough money. And so then the women will bitch at their husbands and then their husbands will go bitch at their boss. Please give me a raise.
Right.
The boss won't give them a raise. So then all the women get together and then they force the men to go on strike.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. That kind of thing happens in normal society. But if you have a homosexual that isn't having kids, they're living life as a consumer, just buying a new coffee pot, buying a new child as a status symbol. These people are not of the same mindset, asking for raises,
That's an
asking for
point.
better.
That hasn't occurred to me.
Yeah, no, it's so when it comes to the importation of foreign labor, when it comes to the LGBT thing, both of those have the effect of driving down wages for white married men.
Right.
Straight up.
So Dinesh D'Souza, the reason I want to talk about this is Dinesh D'Souza, he's been a fixture in the conservative movement for, how old is he? Is he like 60?
Yeah.
For, I don't know, 40 years, 35 years.
How old is Dinesh?
And he's been widely respected. But when it comes down to it,
64.
Okay, so 40 years probably. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's been around since I've been around. I remember reading all that Clinton stuff.
Yeah, and he did a lot of good early work. But when it comes down to it, even though he was born in India, but he's lived in America his entire life, when it comes down to it, he reverts to type. He reverts to his basic tribal status. Let's go up a little bit. Okay, so the original tweet here, this went mega viral this week. After much consideration, I've decided I will not be releasing my documentary. This is not Dinesh. This is Tyler Oliveira. I'm not familiar with him. I've been doxxed, threatened by thousands of Indians over the last 2 weeks. Tens of thousands of Indians have turned my life into a living hell. My family's been attacked in ways I could never imagine. Showing up to this poop festival was the worst decision of my life, and I severely underestimated the power of India. I'm only one man. I cannot defeat the combined power of 1.5 billion Indians who yearn for my destruction. I never meant to offend Indians, blah, 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 blah. Okay, Dinesh D'Souza responded to this. It has 6 million views. How about commenting on this festival? It seems like the future belongs to the poop throwers. And here's a bar chart showing the median household income by major racial and ethnic groups in the United States for 2024, based on the latest U.S. Census Bureau data. It's Asians first. Can you scroll down a little bit? Asian, then white, non-Hispanic, then Hispanic, then black. So at the end of the day, despite all of the things that America has given Dinesh D'Souza, education, family, status, he is like, this country and the future of this country belongs to my shit-flinging people.
Unbelievable.
And that's what he is. And this is why we got in such a heated debate last week, because I worry about a movement that becomes multiracial, because at the end of the day, everybody is going to be ruled by their tribal affiliations. Look at Dinesh D'Souza. He's a high IQ Indian that has been given everything by white America, and he reverts to type in the most basic way possible. And that's why we got in a fight last week, because I don't want this. No Indians, no Haitians. Absolutely not.
Well, no, and I think that's a very valid point. I mean, I do think that we need a kind of big tent America firstism to cut the bleeding, to cut the ties with Israel, because it's very clear, like we're seeing with all this stuff with Trump, with the Bibi Netanyahu pardon, with the housing stuff. Like, who does this all benefit? This all benefits rich Zionist landowners, people that are concerned about what's going on in the Middle East. This does not have anything to do.
We didn't even mention this about the 50-year mortgage, but who is that going? That's going to be for everybody, which is going to include a lot of foreigners that are going to get entry into the housing market, and then it's just going to displace more white people. Nobody's talking about that.
Yeah, no. And
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, like we need to, I mean, and I had a discussion with one of the guys that came to our little ill-fated meetup. We got together and had coffee. But we've got a sick patient. America is a sick patient. It's laying there on the operating table. It's dying. So we have to do triage on it, right? He's got a hole in his chest.
Yeah.
He's bleeding out of his arm. Oh, and by the way, we hit him with an x-ray and we found out that his entire body is riddled with cancer.
Right. And Trump's like, let's remove this splinter.
Right. Well, I mean, on that, but like, as far as the debate that we had, you know, this whole thing with Nick and with America First and multiracial populism and all this kind of bullshit. The issue is like, okay, we're dying of cancer, but if you give an IV of chemotherapy or whatever, it's literally just going to bleed out of the hole in the arm, right? And then he's going to die anyway.
Yeah.
So the point is we have to fix what we can fix first with what we got. And right now, Black Americans, Hispanic Americans, white Americans, fucking liberal shit libs, to the most conservative, everybody is against the parasitic relationship between us and Israel.